Hey y'all. So I just decided to hop on and do just a little quick impromptu video. Honestly, I just wanted to talk about why I love YouTube as opposed to a lot of the other social sites. And because I was just sitting here thinking about just my journey as an entrepreneur, and how a lot of times in the past, say for instance, when I first started out as an entrepreneur, just first launching my first ideas, first business ventures and things like that, and how I was so excited and just like eager to share what I was doing, eager to share the information and things that I was learning. I was trying to bring other people on board with me, friends, family members, and loved ones, and things like that. And it was crazy to me if that I wasn't getting the response that I expected. You know what I mean? I'm like all excited, and I'm thinking like everybody else is going to be equally as excited as me. Everybody else is going to be going to understand my vision or understand what I'm offering, and really just be my biggest supporters and my biggest clientele and things like that. And it was not that way. You know what I mean? And I'll get back to the topic though. What I'm trying to say is why I love YouTube is that YouTube allows your community to find you. You know what I mean? This is not based on friends, people that you've known for years, people that know you. This is not that. People have to actively either search you out, as far as based on the content that you provide, based on the topics that you speak on, things like that. Your tribe, your community, your people actually find you, versus you looking for the support and engagement and things like that from the people that you have known for years, and that you would, logically you would expect that the people who you know and love and that you've been around for years would be your biggest supporters and things like that. And it's just really the complete opposite. I spent a lot of years frustrated behind that, I'll be honest, because when you start out and you're just so green, you know what I mean? You're just so excited, and you're just so, amped up to provide, people with your experiences and get people on board. And, you just can't understand why they're not as excited as you are, or why you're not getting the support that you thought you would. And in the beginning, that excitement can quickly turn into frustration. It can quickly turn into, bitterness, resentment, and things like that if you let it. But early on, I kind of realized, and I've been learning, sometimes I still can get a little bit frustrated with certain things. And it's not really, I don't get frustrated anymore as far as anybody supporting me, because I learned, one thing I've learned down through the years is you don't need support. You need customers anyway. You know what I mean? Whenever it comes to business, you don't need support. You know what I mean? Support is great when you have it, but ultimately what you need is customers, people who really can benefit from the product or service that you're providing, and who really that need translates into them actually being a customer. But in any case, what I'm talking about, that frustration and everything, you kind of have to let that go, and you have to realize that it's normal and natural for people to not see you any more than how they've always seen you, or how they originally were introduced to you. So like if they've always known you, like for instance, for me, if you always been around me and the first way you were introduced to me is from school, you were introduced to Makia, the kid, you know what I mean? You were introduced to Makia that, lived in the projects, Makia that was out, fighting and, you know, into the bullshit and into negativity and, you know what I mean? On the same things that everybody else was on. You know, that's how you were introduced to me. So that's kind of all you can see me as. And that's not the case. That's not the reality. That's not who I am. You know, if you're still thinking about me as the Makia that you met in elementary school and you see me as that person, then you're not going to take me seriously in anything that I'm doing. So you kind of have to realize that and just realize that your community will find you. Don't let the frustrations of, you know, the people who you expect to be your biggest supporters and your biggest allies and things like that. Don't let those ideas frustrate you and hold you back, because that's not really the reality of how things go, especially whenever it comes to business and entrepreneurship and the mindset that we have that's a little bit different from everyone else. You just got to realize your people will find you. The people who need to find you will find you. The people who need the content that you're putting out, they'll be drawn to it. They're going to search for it actively, just naturally, because it's, you know, it aligns with, you know, what they're looking for. So I just came to tell y'all, you know, while it was fresh on my mind, don't let those frustrations get to you. It's normal and natural to not have the support of the people who know you best and the people who've always known you and were introduced to you a certain way. The majority of your support and the majority of your clientele and, you know, whatever it is that you're looking for, it's going to come from strangers. You know what I mean? I know that sounds crazy, but of all of the businesses that I've started, I will say that the majority of my success and my support and my clientele and everything like that has always been from strangers. And it comes from just me providing a certain product or service in a certain kind of way, how I present myself, you know, ethics, integrity, and things like that. And then, you know, one person tells another person, and then another person tells another person, you know what I mean? And it grows like that. But as far as just, you know, I always kind of crack up whenever I see new entrepreneurs and they put out, let's just say, their first product, or they start their first business, and they're so excited, and, you know, they start posting, and, you know, they're, you know, offering whatever it is that they're offering, and they're expecting all of their friends to literally become a customer. And I mean, I love to see it just because I love the entrepreneurial spirit, but most of them, it ain't long. I'll say probably a week or two before you can see the frustration setting in right then and there. Like, you can see they start making subliminal posts about how, you know, nobody's buying and nobody's supporting. And it's like, first of all, you know, just because you're offering a product or service doesn't necessarily mean your friends need it. You know, you can't really expect people to simply just buy just because you're offering it. You know, ideally that's nice, and it's nice if they do, you know, thank them and whatever, but at the same time, that's not a realistic expectation. So go ahead, promote, offer. The people who it resonates with, they'll go ahead and, you know, they'll become a customer or not. You know what I mean? Maybe they'll share it with somebody else and who will become the customer. But just know that those people are not going to be your biggest clientele anyway. They're not going to be excuse me, your biggest supporter anyway. The biggest support and the biggest clientele, whatever you want to call it, your tribe is going to find you organically. So don't get frustrated. Again, I just wanted to talk about how, you know, I kind of love YouTube for that reason. It's because my community is finding me organically, and there's no preconceived notions about who I am, you know, what I've done, all these things. You kind of just have to take me for face value on what you see. And if it resonates with you, then, you know, you rock with me. And if it doesn't, you just keep scrolling. So that's all I wanted to say. That's it. That's all I got for y'all. All right, bye.